Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to the stream. To today's stream, in a couple of things, I will be. Today we're going to be designing how the user and UX interface works for our new subtitle place. Subtitle extension, and we're very close in having it finished. We already got a backend in Cloudflare Workers, our front end in extension design, and we were able to pull information from one of those things from an external subtitle, inject it into Crunchyroll, and replace the entire interface and the extension. So, I right now this is the kind of the most interesting part because earlier on it was like a proof of concept. In here, now we need to design a little bit how things are going to look. And I've been thinking on this is a very good question. I wonder what kind of program can I do for prototyping because I tend to do this by hand. I like to open like OneNote and begin drawing and or using my tablet. The thing is that I don't know how can we actually stream it because that would be the best design. And you know what? Let me do something because I think let me see if I can find my whiteboard. I also have my little kid sleeping, and I would love having him sleep longer. Let me just take care of that. So here's the whiteboard, and let me see if I can just make this a little bit bigger. Okay, I think that can do the trick. So right now we're gonna be designing in let me see if I can find a marker. Give me 1 second and to clean this thing because how I approach software is twofolded. How I approach software is twofolded. I love to make a combination of drawing and diagramming and things and then writing it down. It allows you to place your ideas very clearly. And that's like 80% of the game. Alright, I found a marker. The thing is that I think this is dried up. Yeah. I'm gonna get some water from my bottle. Okay. And we're gonna be I need to find like some sort of tripod that I can use for oh man, this has been tough. Very tough. Give me 1 second. I'm going to look for a cleaning liquid. Be right back. Alright, I'm here. And let me see one thing. Give me a second. Alright. Let me just. Okay, this is way better. This is a very cheap whiteboard, so I don't care about like me straightening it a little bit. I'm currently using like some glass cleaner to clean it. It's actually doing a really good job. I've read once that you gotta use like proper cleaning liquids so you don't end up like scratching or destroying the surface. But again, like this is a cheap $10 whiteboard, so I really don't care. What I need to find is like a good tripod for it or something similar, because for me, whiteboards are like essential, and these allow me to set up all of my thoughts and walking. Like those are the two great things. And okay, so I think we're good. This is clean enough. And we can continue placing our ideas into this one. All right, so we have right now our extension. Our extension, I love dribbling a little bit and making a lot of sketches first. So we got our extension here, and this is our browser, right? Let's see if you can see this. And I'm thinking, let me see, which is the, let me see something really fast. I think I can move this into here because I'm not going to be using. So I think around here, this is my limit. Okay, around here. Let me see something. I need to fix this. All right, I think that's pretty much it. Okay, this is gonna be like my working space right now, but it's gonna be small. So I was thinking about creating like a sidebar, but the interface should be like pretty minimum, right? Now that I'm thinking about it, since this is like an MVP, I'm thinking that right now I should have something like a list of supported series that would be here series, and then, well, first of all, I'm thinking like on creating like a sidebar, which I need to find how we should do this. Sidebar on the page. That we can hide. Toggle with bar. And the sidebar should contain, like the navigation should be very simple. We should definitely have the list of series, of supported series, and episodes. I need to find a way for me to detect. I know to detect the episode. Oh no, I can't actually do this. Right, I can just do an inverse lookup for a left join for the series thing. So I'm thinking, whenever I'm designing this, I'm thinking that we can have just a list of all the available episodes, and right now we can have something like here currently playing. Yeah, we can have like a top 10. See more. But for now, I think I'm gonna do only one piece because the really big challenge is going to be how can I extract all those files and create like some sort of fuzzy matcher that will be replacing like a lot of this. So let's get into it. I'm gonna have like a really simple sidebar. It's gonna be like a toggle, and it's gonna be like a list of series, which there are gonna be like links that you can copy, that you can press. Say links, and I know they're pretty small, right? Let me see if I can. So it's gonna be like a series of links, and then it will remain like that. It will be a very simple. It will be a non without thumbnails, at least at the very beginning. And I think that you should have like some sort of panel that says active and inactive, like currently playing. And there's also should be like a settings panel, which I should put like around here, like a small cog icon. And it should be like currently playing. There's also should be like a way of sending feedback. Yeah, like currently playing, the episode name, series, plus episode name. And I think that's pretty much it. And then you could get like the available chapters and episodes. Or not. Okay, so whatever. We got the entire thing. Now we're gonna have this, and there should be like a panel, right? That you got like loaded and unload. Like loaded, unload, and there can be something that says start at something that really starts at the beginning. Right? Start at the beginning on the settings. Start at beginning. And I think that would be like the minimal feature set. Then we need to find out the next thing is to find out how can we like scrape and extract all possible episodes. And I think that I wouldn't be drawing anything else. I'm gonna stop like streaming it out of the whiteboard. Oh, my baby woke up. But I think that with this session, we're going to have a lot of things. I'm going to place back the camera, smallish, around here. And I'm going to move this thing. And I'm going to open back VS Code. And let me place it on the architecture thing. Now I'm going to place it here. Well, underneath, I'm going to say update Webby UI UX December 13, 2025. And we need to create the, we also need, let me put the scraper. Okay, so we have a side panel. The side panel will contain two sections. Okay, and okay, you will have home. You got list view, series list view, and episode detail view. So we also gonna have the layout for side panel. We have the views. We're gonna have home, episode detail list. We're gonna have design, layout, and the layout is going to have we're going to have a header with a cog. The header will contain text, episode name for details, or well, text for details, settings, list, etc. You also have a cog icon for settings placed at the right. And then we're gonna have for the home, it's divided into two sections. Currently playing contains the episode name and the status buttons, active, inactive. You know what? I know that a lot of people resort to React, but I'm going to be using web components in this one. And the reason is that I think, first of all, I want to keep it all within the platform. So there are like less dependencies on code, and that's gonna allow us to be more future proof. That I don't have to deal with dependencies. It's also gonna allow us to have to deal less with vulnerabilities since it's part of the platform. And also it it should be pretty interesting. And I think that we can do a lot with web components into the extension field. And so we're gonna continue in the now we're gonna have the series list view. It's gonna be playing in this section. We're gonna have currently playing and going to be episode list max 10. Have a list of all the episodes up to 10. Well, a list of all the episodes, the most recent episodes. Dude, I gotta install Drizzle or something like that. Let me tell this thing. I want you to go to the backend and configure Drizzle to manage the schema. And I don't like ORMs, but there is something very true about them, and it's that there's like a single source of truth that you can do to manage the schema. So at least for schema validation and schema movements, they can be pretty efficient. And we're gonna come here to backend. I'm gonna let it go and edit automatically. Allow time to think. And just go wild, boy. And we're gonna have the header, the text episode name for the detail settings. A simple list of series of Crunchyroll series ordered by name. It should have a filter button that allows us to sort. It should have a filter button that allows us to sort by creation, update it, the name into ascending and descending order. Okay. And let me see the episode detail view. It's very simple. Very simple view. It will have two buttons. One that says loading, unload subtitles. A back button with the series name that will go back. Oh, my boy just woke up. I'm gonna look for him. I'll be right back. I think I'm gonna continue working a little bit on the stream, and I'll be back. I'll be back, guys. I'll be back. Let me put it. Alright, guys, here I am. Baby's back, right? See? I probably have to go with him. So, a couple of things before I end up closing the stream. Well, I hope that I can do something later. Okay, he's still there. If he comes around here, I'll just close it. He's playing around there. And okay, so a back button with a series that will go back the design, and I think that's it. That's pretty much it. The layout for the side panel, header, text, episode name for detailed settings list, etc. A cog item placed at the right, and oh man, he's just gonna hit his. Yeah, we're gonna. There we go. This is what I really love about LLMs. I can skip the entire configuration. It says drizzle config, the S source DB schema. Remember that we're currently like. He actually created the entire save. Dude, I love this thing. I really love this. And I wanted to add these things. So, create an ad, update ad, just because. And gonna be migrations. Snapshot. Okay. So I'm just gonna delete all of the migrations. And gonna add this. I'm gonna update the C shell. I'm gonna clear. I'm gonna tell it go to CD apps backend. And I'm gonna run bun db migrate local. I'm gonna generate like a first migration. Oh, I forgot. So it's gonna be db generate. See? Okay, now it generated. It generated the entire thing. So this is the seed SQL, schema SQL file. And I'm just gonna delete this because we're not gonna be needing this anymore. And okay, the series thing, we got the schema. Let me see if it actually generated this. It did. And well, it generated a foreign key, which is not bad. It's okay. It's okay. So we all know that it's not. Wait. A foreign key on. Oh, okay. Right. Chapters, references, series. I thought the foreign keys were the series ID. Wait a minute. Oh, it's the chapters table. It was like I don't define foreign keys in the main table. No, exactly. Okay. I think it actually ordered it by name. So it's good. Now, hmm. Right. I think this is something really cool that I want to try out. So, how do you change the model? Select model. Best for everyday tasks. I wonder how GPT 5.2 is actually faring out. 19. And I think that we're gonna send this thing. So let me tell it to create a new plan. I know that we can use agents, but I'm not gonna do this because the context is like pretty small. So there's no need like for me to specialize on two things. We really don't. And first of all, I think that I saw everything correct. Right? Okay, I think this is good. I'm gonna just add everything. I have a snippet that will generate me the feature. Drizzle. Add drizzle for schema migrations. hit push. Remember that everything in here is open source. You can find it practically everywhere. Though on GitHub, should probably make this, would improve a lot the following streams. There's going to be a lot of cool new things. So now we got the Claude code running, and it's going to be divided into two sections. We're going to be playing. Okay, so we now have a humongous task ahead. Our task is going to implement a revamp for the entire front end, in which we're going to be creating now a side panel for the extensions. I want you to check architecture.md file and see the side panel section, in which I have everything divided into it. What I want you to do is to break down each of the sections and create a very detailed plan that we can tackle them. Note that we will not be using any front-end frameworks. React, yes, I'm saying React is a framework. Angular or things like that. We're going to be using web components with lit HTML elements. And we're also going to be using vanilla CSS. I don't want to be using Tailwind also, because there are like a lot of new features coming up. And I'm also gonna send plan mode. And something that I've discovered is that if you insert like the create meticulous to-do list that covers all possible details, like plan your implementation, your thoughts, even in plan mode, it actually creates like a much more rough and detailed plan. And I'm gonna add architecture.md, and I think we're good to go. In which we're going to be creating a side panel for the extension with triggering instead of the current pop-up. Architecture.md and extension. These are the two files it's gonna need, and I think I'm just gonna let it go. We're gonna close all of these things. I'm gonna leave the entire chat interface up and running. Something that I didn't do is that I didn't update the Claude.md file, which should probably be like for helping us together. Give me 1 second, let me close the door. Hola, bombón. Mira. And here we are. It's actually generating all practically like the entire plan. I want to know what this is going to come up with, because I think it's going to be pretty interesting. While this is working, I want to see how can we begin like scraping. Well, the scraping is not going to be that difficult, I think, unless like Crunchyroll has like some sort of anti-bot mechanism, which it can probably do after we implement this extension. But it's going to be more like a Fusi matcher. I want to take like one episode from Crunchyroll, and I think it was this one. It was like the 1144, right? Let me see. It was Todo. No, wait. I like to have it in my private mode. I'm gonna have here youtube.com. By the way, welcome to the live stream and thanks for tuning in. We are currently working on a live extension that, or on a Crunchyroll extension that's gonna let you inject subtitles and stylized subtitles with Romaji subs into it. It's also gonna be sharper text. So I want to look for Soto versus Luigi, and I think it was episode 1144. That was it. So I'm gonna come back here. Gonna come 1144. The worst nightmare. The 5 elders come together. Okay. I don't want to play into Crunchy stream. Let me see so I don't get like copyright strike. Dude, the animation of One Piece is like, damn, it's good. I haven't seen any of the episodes yet. This is kind of like a spoiler for me. But I'm reading the manga. I'm like up to date with the manga. I don't want to say any spoilers in the stream, so we don't get like into trouble. But this is like one of those episodes. Let me see. I want to see the part in which Sora plays. Okay, I think it's this one, right? Yeah. So my task right now is going to come to being here in network. I'm going to refresh. No, I don't want. Holy shoot. Don't tell me. Because I'm in Spain right now. I'm not Spanish, but I'm in Spain. And these mofos don't have it in English. I cannot, like, no. No, come on, guys. Really? I cannot inject the subtitles in English unless I use, like, a VPN? You gotta be kidding. Well, I do have, like... Let me come back with that to Edge. I'm going to play F12. And I'm going to turn on the VPN. I'm going to connect it to United States. How is this even possible? I think it's going to complain because I have like the two things running together. So I'm just going to close it. I'm going to come here to the network tab. Yeah, this is like the subtitle octopus. Let me see here on the cog. No, I refuse, guys. I refuse. I refuse. How come like Spanish Latin America? I think they were gonna be including them like later on. But oh, come on. English. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. I'm gonna come here. .ass, and this is the ASS file, and we're gonna come in here and say copy URL. Now it's going to download the file. We're gonna save as, and I'm gonna open it on the desktop. Now this is where it gets really interesting. I'm also let's see, because we gotta try it out within the extension, right? And let me see if this actually finished. I know Chrome side panel API manifest the requirements. Okay. Lit web component decorated TypeScript setup 2025. There you go. And hey, oh baby. Hey. Hi, can we call me? And my baby's like underneath me. So hey,
Yeah, I'll go with him like in a couple of while. But I wanna see like how far we can actually take this. And yeah, the subtitle file. Oi. And I think there is going to be like a lot of transformation that we're going to be doing like within the backend. I'm going to open it in Anguisop, and I'm also going to open it into like Cursor, VS Code. The thing that I know that this may sound like pretty interesting, like a hot take. Like I don't know why Apple doesn't have like a something like less powerful like text edit. I miss like Notepad. Where's damn? You know what? I'm not gonna do this thing. I just want to come here, file, open, and gonna come to the desktop, and I open here. Today, right? This is the one. Oriel script, toy animation, user, toy animation. Okay. So we're gonna leave all of these things. And we're definitely going to improve this thing, the V4 styles. This is the font name, the font size. Okay, name, font size, primary color, secondary color, outline color, back color, bold, italic, underline. Okay. So this is where you define all the things, right? V4 styles, the events, and these are all the setting up the script. Oh, so now we have. Oh, this is interesting. No, these are all these are all the subtitles, Jose. So okay, he just took a cable. Wait a minute. Why is this like getting generated like this? So I'm seeing like two subtitles getting loaded like simultaneously. I don't get it. Because why failed to make some dialog 2206. Oh, this is the ending. I was like, why is this Romanized? No, this is the ending. So, okay. Okay. So here's a lot of the challenges, right? I need to create like some sort of algorithm that will try to put everything together. And for example, in here we got yeah, this is gonna be really tricky. Because how do you label this? Parsing is gonna be tricky as hell. I mean, this is nothing for an LLM. Token. Man, he's eating my cable. I'll be right back. Token count. LM online. You know, 51k tokens. The problem is that it's gonna burn like through my bucket if I just run it like through an LLM. And meaning Mire este. Mire este. Venga, que vamos a estar juntos ahora. Ven que yo voy contigo ahora. Guys, I think I'm gonna be closing the stream, but the thing in here, I think this is gonna be the most challenging part, like because what I want to do ultimately is not to have to add these things manually. I want to create like some sort of dictionary that I can replace, but again, and I want to have like some sort of algorithm that can go through the lines and just parse them. I don't know what I'm gonna end up doing. I want something more precise, like some handcrafted thing that I can just check on the lines and everything because they are predictable. It's like we're dealing with text and we're just like matching, pattern matching. I wouldn't say it's more like an advanced pattern matching, but I don't think this should be like something that I should definitely do like machine learning on. No, because I'm thinking that a lot of the things that I can do, and I'm going to use an LLM for this, is how can, first of all, that I need to strip everything out. I'm going to make a matcher that's going to take all of the text in here. I think I'm going to have it like in lines. I'll figure it out later. We're gonna work. We're probably gonna work on this together. But right, and it's gonna be pretty interesting. So for those tuning in right now, what we're doing is that we're already working on a Crunchyroll extension that we're injecting the subtitles, improving their sharpness, improving the styling, and doing a lot of things that it's gonna make us a much better like series. And the point of this is also to have something like completely automated that we didn't have to deal with these things. Because like maintaining and doing this one by one by hand is going to be insane. It's going to be insane. And right now I had Claude Code running through the summary list in which I told it to create like a planning for generating like a new front end for the application. And but I'm gonna leave it like that. I know that I gotta go because I have my little boy like ramping on the house, and I'll let you guys know of any updates. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see each other pretty soon.